Hi there, this is part 3 and we are touring iMovie for your iPad or for your iOS device. And in the first couple short movies, we looked at the home screen and then we toured this first screen now that we're starting to work on our own project. So let's start this third movie by titling what it is that we're doing. Notice when I started this movie, if you watched videos 1 and 2, it just called my movie My Project 1, and I want to change that. So interesting to note that if I wanted to get back to that main screen, it hasn't really created a project for me yet on that home screen because I haven't done anything to this project. All I've done so far is just opened it up, but I haven't added any pictures or video to it. Let me show you what I mean. When I tap on this button up at the top, right next to the question mark, that takes me back to my list of projects. And you'll see that there isn't a My Project 1 there. See, there's nothing there as I scroll through these. Okay? So when I click on the plus and I start a new project again, it still titles it My Project 1. But this time, let's just add something to it, and then I can show you how I can then go back and change my title. Actually, I think I'll just add a picture at this point, just to show you how I can retitle it. So I clicked on the second button there, not the video, but the second one over. Those are my pictures in my camera roll, and I'm just going to tap on that picture there. It looks like a bookshelf. Those are some of the things I have in iTunes, or in iTunes U, actually. So when I tap on that, it just takes a moment and it drops it down into the timeline. So now I have a picture in my timeline, and I'll show you how I can now rename my project. Alright, so if I want to get back to that main screen so I can rename my project, I go up to the top, almost in the center there, right next to the question mark, and I tap on that item, which takes me back to the main screen, and you can see here My Project 1. If I wanted to retitle that, and I'll just call this iPad class. And then I tap done, and there I have my name. So I've added this project to my project list, and you can see that it's right there, and there's a little screenshot of it. So when I want to work on this project with this highlighted, I simply tap on it, and then it takes me right in. Now let's add some video to this project. You can see that I have a 6-second clip in my project, and we'll talk about editing this photo later. But I'm going to make sure that I tap on my video. You can see at the top left-hand side it says that I'm in the video. And then I can scroll through any video that I might have on my iPad. I'm just going to take this January 31st video and just tap on it once. Now I just single tapped on it. And look what comes up. Several things that we should point out. One, I want to point out that play button. So if I tap the play button, that's the triangle, it'll start to play the video and I can hear it. So I can watch it before I add it to my timeline. Okay, I'll press the play button again to pause it. I like that because you can look at your video and decide whether or not you want that. Now if I in fact want that whole 25-second video, it says 25 seconds on the left-hand side there, I would just tap that arrow. See that down arrow that's highlighted? So I'm going to do that and show you what happens. When I tap that, it drops right down to my timeline, and then you can see the video. And I'm scrolling through it, and I can get all the way back to the beginning. So now I have a still photo and I have some video. Now let's go to the upper right hand corner there and click that arrow, undo. Undo is your friend. Okay, I'm going to single tap on that video again, and I wanted to point out those yellow dots. You see the yellow dot in the upper left hand corner of this video and the lower right hand? Let's see what those do. What those yellow dots do is I can touch the left-hand dot there, and I can scroll with my finger. Maybe I just want the middle of this video. And then I take my right dot there, and I scroll that in, or just slide that in. Because I didn't want 23 seconds of that video. I only wanted the middle 8 seconds. I can press the play button here, and it'll just play that portion of the video. Okay, and if I decide that's exactly what I want, then I press that down arrow and it adds just the 8 seconds that I wanted. Also now, note that I've added that 8 seconds. Look up there at my 25-second video on the side. You see where it's orange? That orange stripe means I've added that section. But if you don't have any video to add, I think we should shoot some video with our iPad right now, so you do have something to add to your project. Let's do that. So if I go to the right-hand side of my screen and I tap on that camera while holding my iPad, I tap on the camera there and up comes my screen, and now I can take video of what's in my office here. I tap the right-hand side of the screen there, that red button. I know that it's recording because the timer is going in the upper right-hand corner. And then when I'm done with that, I just simply hit that button again. And if I was happy with that video, then what I do is I tap Use, and it puts it right into my timeline.